Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today's card project features the Pop of Paradise stamp set. I love this stamp set in our new catalog. I'm obsessed with this flamingo. I think it is so cute. I just love this whole set, and I think you're going to really like what I do with this flamingo in today's card. So let me show you what today's project looks like. So here's today's card. As you can see, I did not go for the traditional looking flamingo. I actually did this flamingo in Pool Party and our new in color Dapper Denim. And I really like how this flamingo and this entire card came together. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this super cute card. Okay, we're going to start by doing some stamping. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock here. This is regular Whisper White, and this is cut down to 2 by 4 inches. So that's 2 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to stamp the, first I'm going to stamp the flamingo, I think. Yes. I'm going to start by stamping the flamingo, and I'm going to stamp that in Pool Party. Move my sample out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to ink that up. And what I'm going to do is, now that I've got the Pool Party, I'm actually going to take, I've got just, this is just a rag I keep in my office. I'm going to rub off the Pool Party on the legs. And I'm going to rub off the Pool Party on the beak. Okay? And then I'm going to bring in my Dapper Denim Stampin' Right marker. Again, Dapper Denim is one of our new in colors. And I'm going to color in the legs and the beak of my flamingo in Dapper Denim. Okie dokie, I think that looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna warm this back up, moisten that ink, and we will stamp this flamingo in the center. Right there should be good. Whoop. Okay, looks pretty cute. Okay, so I'm gonna set that to the side. That's not all we need our Pool Party for. So I'm going to move my flamingo out of the way. And I had a piece of Scratch Whisper White. Where did it go? Okay, my Whisper White. Okay, I'll just use this. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to just ignore this blue line here. I'm going to stamp the thank you banner that comes in the Pop of Paradise stamp set. I'm just going to stamp that right here towards the bottom. It doesn't matter because we're going to, perfect. We're going to cut this out. So that's all I need my Pool Party ink for. Okay, and I'm just going to bring in my scissors, and I am going to cut this banner out, and I am going to cut right up against the stamped image, pretty close. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my flamingo image, and we're going to do just a little bit more stamping. I'm going to bring in some scratch paper here, and I'm also going to bring in some smoky slate ink. And we're going to use the leaf, the small leaf image from the stamp set. And I'm going to start by inking up full strength, and in the top right hand corner I'm going to stamp the leaf. Okay, I'm going to ink again, stamp off, stamp the leaf again. Okay, ink again, stamp off 2 times, and then stamp again. Okay, that looks cute. Now I'll rotate around this way, and I'm going to do the same thing again. Oops, bumped the camera. There we go. Okay, do the same thing again. Ink it up, stamp at full strength. Okay, ink it up, stamp off, stamp again. And the reason that I am re-inking each time is, if you can look here on my stamp, when you stamp off of the paper, it actually puts a line on your stamp. And if I were to just go ahead and stamp off 3 times, I would have a line through each one of these leaves depending on where I stamped off the time before. So that's why you want to re-ink again, so that you get rid of that line and you have a nice image each time. I hope that made sense. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Put that away, and I think that's all the stamping we're gonna do on here. So what we're gonna do next is, I've got a piece of smoky slate cardstock. This is cut at 2 1/8 by 4 1/8, so that there will just be a nice thin border around this layer. I'm going to go ahead and add this down with fast fuse. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now we can add the sentiment right on top. Again, I'm just going to use my fast fuse to do that as well. We'll just add that right across here. I think I want it closer to the little foot there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my card base. This is a piece of Dapper Denim cardstock. I have cut this at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I have scored it at 5 1/2 so that it will be a vertical folding card. Let's get my bone folder here. Okay. And then I've got a piece of our Neutrals Designer Series paper. This is Smoky Slate, and this is cut to 2 1/4, 2 1/4 by 5 inches. And I will have all of these measurements over on today's coordinating blog post at LaQuitaBugHandmaids.com. I have a link just below the video in the description, and it will take you straight there so that you have access to all of these dimensions. Okay, I'm going to center this on the top and the bottom. I think I want it about here. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and add my Flamingo layer, but I'm going to add that with dimensionals, my favorite. I think I'm going to do quite a few actually. I don't like my layers to sag when they've been elevated with dimensionals, so I like to make sure I have plenty on there. Okay, so let's see here. I want to center this, well, sort of offset. Let's see. I think I want it about right there. Looks good. Perfect. Cute. Okay, so if you remember in my sample, I don't know if you could see this very well, but my Flamingo is glittery. So what I did to add a little glitter to this is I used our Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And I used, this item is now retired. Where is it? Our two-way glue pen. This is retired, but you can use any adhesive of your choice. I still have some of this left, so I want to use it. But you can use whatever adhesive of your choosing. So I'm just going to put some scratch paper down, and I'm going to take my two-way glue, and I am just going to add a little glue here to my little flamingo. Give it some sparkle and shine. You could also use, if you have it, I don't have it, but we do have heat and stick powder. That works really well with the dazzling diamonds as well. But again, sometimes we have to use what we have, and this is what I have, and that's okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little here where the feathers are. Okay, so that should be pretty good. And now I'm just gonna sprinkle this on. Look how much glitter you get in this little tub. I love it. Just gonna sprinkle that right on. Get a good amount on there. Close, well, I don't need to close that yet. What am I thinking? Just shake off the excess. Okay, so now this is where we are, super cute, but I wanted to add a little bit more. It looked a little plain in this area of the card, so I decided to bring in something that I haven't used in a while. I actually forgot about these. These are our metallic sequin assortment, and I'm gonna just bring in some of the silver sequins, not you. I'm gonna bring in 5 silver sequins. There's 1. Okay, so I have my sequins where I want them, and I'm just gonna bring in my fine tip glue pen, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere my sequins down. Okay, so I have got my sequins all added to the front of my card, and I love how this card turned out. I love these 3 colors together. I think they really complement each other really well. So let me bring in my original. Super cute and really not a difficult card to make. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Remember, if you want to order any of the supplies that you saw me use today, just head on over to LaQuitaBugHandmaids.com and visit my online Stampin' Up! Store. I do have all of the products and measurements that I used today on today's coordinating blog post, and again, that link is just below. Also, I will have the details attached to today's blog post. Don't forget about our bonus days deal going on right now. For every $50 you spend in between July 7th and July 31st, that's before shipping and tax, you'll get a $5 bonus days coupon. These coupons work sort of like Kohl's Cash. You can use these coupons from August 2nd through August 31st. Again, I'll have all the details about how this promotion works over on today's coordinating blog post. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I will see you again. Bye now.